Hello everyone, myself Mr. Sandeep, and today I am present here with a session on mathematics for class 8. In this session, we are going to start with our chapter number 2, that is exponents and powers. Although you have studied about this topic in the previous classes, but still I would like to share the basic knowledge for this chapter, right? So let us start our lecture with the simple things like if you say, do you know this number 27, right? So 27 further can be written as 3 raised to the power 3. If you know, if you remember about this, in the previous classes we have written 27 as equal to 3 raised to the power 3, right? So 3 raised to the power 3 means what? It means this 3 which is inside the bracket will be repeated how many times? 3 times, right? So 3 into 3 into 3 will give you 27. So mean to say we can write down 27 is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. Clear? So now this is called what? 27 is what? It is the general form. This is called as the general form. And this is which? This is called as exponential form. This is called as the exponential form of the number, right? So let us discuss about this because already we know very much about these general numbers, but let us talk about this exponential form in this chapter because we have to deal with the exponents and powers. So let's bring this number here. So 3 raised to the power 3 here. So what do you call here? 3, which is here down. So this 3 will be called as the base, and this will be called as the power of the base, or you can also say exponent, right? So this is base and this is power. Clear? So you can give one more example. For example, 2 raised to the power 3. So here 2 will be the base and 3 will be the power. Clear? So let us discuss one more example. Suppose you are having 2 raised to the power minus 3. Sometime you are getting the negative powers also. So what is your work? First of all, we will make the negative power as the positive power. So what is the rule behind it? You will take the reciprocal of the base. So now what is the base here? 2. 2 means what? 2 upon 1. So you can assume here 2 upon 1 whole raised to the power minus 3. So it will be 1 upon 2 whole raised to the power 3. So like this, you can make the power as a positive. Clear? So with the same, we can take one more example here. So sometimes you are having here 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 3. So how you can write down? I told you, you have to take its reciprocal, right? In this case, we have taken 1 in the numerator now. Now already 3 is present there. So you will take 3 in the numerator, okay, when you will take the reciprocal. So it will be inverted, 3 upon 2 whole raised to the power 3, right? So this is all about how you can make the negative powers as the positive power, okay? And you come to know that what is the base and what is the power. So these are the general things that you must know about these exponents and powers. Clear? Now after that, the most important part of this chapter, that are the rules for exponents and powers. So our next topic is rules for exponents and powers. So let us discuss about the rules. So first of all, suppose let us take the general term x raised to the power m into x raised to the power n. So here what is there? You know that I have explained to you that this is the base and this is the power. So how you will read this rule? You can see here the two bases are there which are same and they are in multiplication and they are having different powers. So what does this rule tell you? That it says that if the bases are same and they are in multiplication, power will be always added. Clear? So for example, along with this I will give you one example. 2 raised to the power 3 into 2 raised to the power 2. So what will be its answer? You will write down 2 raised to the power 3 plus 2 will give you 2 raised to the power 5, right? Then Let's discuss the second rule. Bases are same, they are in division, right? This time the bases are in division. So what will be the rule? The rule is to subtract the powers. So bases are same, they are in division, then the power will be subtracted. For example, you are having 2 raised to the power 5 divided by 2 raised to the power 3 will give you what? 2 raised to the power 5 minus 3 will give you 2 raised to the power 2. So further you can also solve, you can give the answer 4 also. So sometimes you are getting here very big power like 2 raised to the power 100. So no need to simplify here. Only give the answer as 2 raised to the power 100 only, because it is clear that you cannot solve so much big power, right? So small powers you can solve like 2 power, 3 power, 4 power, up to 5 powers you can solve, otherwise leave it like this only. Okay, then come to the third rule. Sometimes now this is the case when you are having different bases but with the same power. Okay, last time same bases but different powers. Now this time bases are different but powers are same. So what the rule says tells you, you will simply operate the operation means multiply is there. So you will simply multiply x into y whole raised to the power m, mean to say power will be taken as common. So for example, let us take one example here. 2 raised to the power 3 into 3 raised to the power 3. Here bases are different but the powers are same. So what you will do here, 2 into 3 whole raised to the power 3 will give you what? 6 raised to the power 3, which can give you 216. Clear? So this is the third rule. Then comes, let's move to the fourth rule. Fourth rule is bases are different but they are in division. Bases are different, they are in division, but the powers are same. So what you will do, simply operate x divided by y whole raised to the power m. Power will be taken as common. For example, 3 raised to the power 5 divided by 2 raised to the power 5. So you can simply write down 3 upon 2, mean to say 3 divided by 2 whole raised to the power 5. So that will be your answer. Then come to the fifth rule, that is very simple. And any numbers, this is the general rule. Whole raised to the power 0 will give you always equal to 1, right? Mean to say 2 raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. 5 raised to the power 0 will be equal to 1. 7 raised to the power 0 will be equal to also 1. So generally I have written any number in the world raised to the power 0 will give you always equal to 1 only. Clear? Then come to the sixth rule. Sometimes you are getting power to power like x raised to the power p, then whole raised to the power q, then whole raised to the power r. Then in this case what you need to do, simply you need to multiply the powers here, p into q into r. That will give you x raised to the power p q r. Clear? For example, 2 raised to the power, suppose 2 is there, after that 3 is there, after that 5 is there. So what you will do, 2 into 3 into 5 will give you how much? 5 3s are 15, 2s are 30. So that will be your answer. Clear? So these are the basic 6 rules which are very helpful in solving the problems given in your textbook. Okay, so these rules for the exponents must be on your fingertips. Take tips, only then you can solve the book exercise, otherwise problem will be there. Okay, so it's better for you to remember all these rules on your fingertips, right? So after discussing the rules for the exponents and power, let's move to our book exercise, that is processing number 1. So here comes with our processing 1. So let us start with your question number 1. So complete the following table is there, and in that you are given with the exponential form of the number is given to you. You can see here. You are given with the exponential notation. Exponential notation. From here you have to tell them the base and what is the exponent. Exponent means power is there, right? So a part is there. You are given with minus 3 raised to the power minus 2, right? So they are asking for the base. So I told you earlier in the theory part that this is the base. So according to the theory, minus 3 will be the base in the given number and power will be minus 2. Okay, they are not asking for making it positive, otherwise you can check the answer at the back also. According to that you can change your answer. So here in the second part you are given with 4 as the base and minus 6 as the exponent. So you must know that base is always here and raised to the power exponent always there, right? Then come to the C part, minus 6 raised to the power 17, and they are asking for the base and exponent is already given, that is equal to 17. So what about the base? Minus 6 is there, right? So then after that D part is there. You are given with the base minus 5 and the exponent is how much? Minus 32. So you know base is already here inside the bracket and at the top the power will be there, that is minus 32 is given to you. Clear? Then let's move to our question number 2. Filling the missing entries. Question number 2 is regarding the missing the find the to fill the missing entries. So your A part is what? That is based upon your rules that we have discussed on the last page. A upon B whole raised to the power m. That is equal to what? It is given that B raised to the power n m and you need to find out the numerator. So how you can do this? The rule was what? If the bases are different and they are in division but the power is same, then you will simply apply the what is there, whatever the operation is there you have to apply. So they are given in division, so what you can do here, whole raised to the power m, that is common. You can take the power separately, so it will be a raised to the power m, it means b raised to the power also m. So separately also you can write down. So from here you have to learn that that is going to help you in solving the big questions of the this chapter, right? So you can also write down this number like this. Okay, so let me give you one more example of this type. If you are given with 3 upon 2 whole raised to the power 5, then how you can write down 3 raised to the power 5 upon 2 raised to the power 5. So this is the example based on this fill up, right? So keep this thing in your mind, this will really help you in solving the problems, right? Then come to the B part. Minus a whole raised to the power minus m multiply by minus a raised to the power minus n is equal to, they are asking minus a raised to the power how much? They are asking for the power. So I told you earlier in the on the last page, now you can see here, try to match the given question with the rules. Here bases are same, exactly same along with sign also. Bases are same, they are in multiplication, then what will be there? Power will be added. If you remember the rules, then you can give the answer very easily. Powers will be added, because if you place here plus minus, right, it will give you plus minus minus sign. So that's why I am showing directly here negative sign. So minus a raised to the power minus m minus n. So otherwise you can also give the answer like this, minus will be taken as common, raised to the power m plus n. Okay, otherwise you can also change its form like 1 upon minus a whole raised to the power m plus n. So what I have done here, I have made this power positive by reversing or inverting the base. So base was first of all minus a, I have taken its reciprocal, that is 1 upon minus a. Okay, but I think at the back your answer will be given this much only. Okay, this is for your extra knowledge. Then come to the C part. They are asking a raised to the power 0. I told you any number raised to the power 0, that is always equal to 1. So that's it, very simple. Then next part also we have covered in the theory part, that is equal to how we can, if you are taking say see here, it is 1 upon something. Something means this a will be here. So by taking its inverse, so what you can do here, you can make its power positive. So a raised to the power minus 2 can be written as 1 upon a raised to the power 2. So this will be your answer. Clear? So this is all about question number 2, that are filling the missing entries. Then come to the third question, that is express the following numbers with positive exponents. Now next, question number 3 is totally based on the D part. So wherever we have ended our question number 2, from there we will start our third question. Come here. Question number 3, that is express the following numbers with positive exponents. So the first part is minus 3 upon 2 whole raised to the power minus 6 is there. So how you will solve it? I told you, if you want to make the power as positive, then you have to just take its reciprocal. Reciprocal means 2 upon 3. Negative you put here or here. Both are the same thing. Whole raised to the power what? Plus 6. So this is your answer for the first part. Now come for the B part here. B part is 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 4. Now method will not change, it will remain same. You have to take its reciprocal of what? Of the base. Okay, पावर का आपने वो नहीं लेना बेटा, ठीक है. डोंट टेक द इनवर्स और द रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ पावर. The reciprocal of the base will be taken in every condition and every question. So 3 upon 2, 3 upon 2 taken the reciprocal, power will be positive. So that will be your answer. Clear? So rest two parts I am leaving for you, that are C and D parts are there, that you will solve yourself. Okay, that is totally same as we have done in part number A and B. Then come to your question number 4. Expand the following number using exponential notation. Question number 4 is there. Exponential notation. 73294.732. Right? So exponential notation is of two types. So we can write down like this: 73294. uh, so how you can represent this decimal? So already we have done in the previous classes. Suppose if you want to remove the decimal, then you can remove like this. So after decimal, 1 2 3 digits are there, so you can remove the decimal. So put the 1000 in the denominator. Okay, that means the same thing. Okay, now you want the exponential notation. Exponential notation means something should be there in the power. So it can be written as 294,732 into 10 raised to the power. Okay, leave it for some time. One more step we can do here. It can be written as 10 raised to the power 3. 1000 can be written as 10 raised to the power 3. So in the next step, what we will do, we will take this power in the numerator. So when you will shift the power upside, okay, first it is in the denominator. When you will shift in the numerator, the power will change its sign. First it was 10 raised to the power 3, now it will become 10 raised to the power minus 3. So this is the number in the exponential notation, right? And sometime they can give the answer in another form also, so you can verify at the back, otherwise we have to see it later. Okay, so that is, otherwise that is the expanded form, and it is written here exponential notation. So according to me, this should be the exponential notation of the given number, right? So one more part is there that you can try yourself. Okay, because we are not having 5 6 parts, only two parts are there, so I have left one part for you people. Okay, right? Then come to your question number 5. Simplify the following and write down the multiplicative inverse of the answer obtained. Now see, one word is there, simplify the following. Okay, that is no problem, we will do. And write down the multiplicative inverse of the answers obtained. Mean to see, say, first of all, you will simplify by using the rules of the exponents and powers. After that, you need to find out the multiplicative inverse, and this is a topic which you have already done in the chapter number 1. Okay, so that will be a repetition only. So let's go with its simplification part first of all. So the first part is 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 6 into 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 3 and outside the bracket it is divided by 4 upon 9 whole raised to the power 2. So first of all, it's your job to first of see the bases throughout the given question. Now you see 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3. It's very good. They are same. They are in multiplication. We can apply the rule. But here you come to know that it is 4 upon 9. The base is not same. But try to make it same. If it is possible, then try to reduce it to the same form, right? So let us see, can we do this or not? 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 3. So let us do one more step here. Bases are same, they are in multiplication, power will be added. So can you write down like this? Clear? First power plus second power. Second power is minus 3. So plus minus will be minus 3 only. So I have written directly minus 3 only. Okay. Not plus minus 2 times, because already we have discussed about the integer in the last class. So you must know about that. After that, division. So I am going to change this 4 upon 9 as 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power 2. Okay. And whole raised to the power, this is 2 here, right? So how I can we can write down this, because 2 raised to the power 2, that is 4, and 3 raised to the power 2 means that is 9. So 4 upon 9 can be written as 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power 9. So that's why I have written. Now you can see here the powers are bases are same here. Now we are able to apply the rule. But first of all, power raised to the power. So this rule you have to apply here. 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 9. Bases are same, they are in division, they are in multiplication, power will be added. We have applied divide, power raised to the power power. 2 twos are will be 4 will be there. Now you see here bases are same, they are in division. So it means power will be subtracted. First power is minus 9 minus second power is 4. So what will be your final answer? 2 upon 3 whole raised to the power minus 13. So this will be your answer. Okay. After that, they are also saying, okay, this is the simplification part, right? After that, they are saying, and the second thing, you can also find out it's positive. You can also give the answer in the positive exponents. So 3 upon 2 whole raised to the power 30, right? So after that, multiplicative inverse. Now you need to find out multiplicative inverse of answer. What is the answer here? 3 upon 2 whole raised to the power 13. And what you need to do in the multiplicative inverse? You have to reverse it. Reverse means 2 upon 3 power will remain same only. Okay. Your work is only to reverse the base, that is 2 upon 3, and power will not change. That will remain as a positive only. That is 13 only. Right. Now come to your second part. In this question only two parts are given, and I think second part you have to try. That is only this much part. So that is also similar. In place of 2 upon 3 they have written minus 8 upon 5. Rest of the question is same, only this part will be left out. So this bracket will be working in the next question. So you can go with your B part yourself to check your knowledge that you have gained in the A part, right? So then come to the question number 6. Verify whether the following mathematical equations are true or not. If not, then correct the ones that are false. So question number 6 is there. Minus 3 upon 7 raised to the power minus 2 whole raised to the power 5 multiply by minus 3 raised to the 3 upon 7 5 raised to the power 2, and after that they are saying that is equal to 1. Now we need to check that left hand side is equal to right side or not. So let us apply the rule, then we will see. Now first of all, power to power. So what is the rule? Power will be multiplied. So can you write down minus 10? Yes. Then minus 3 upon 7 whole raised to the power 5 twos are 10. So we need to multiply. So we have taken this as left hand side only, right? Now bases are same, they are in multiplication, power will be added. So what is the power? First power is minus 10 plus second power is what? That is 10 only. So ultimately what we are getting here, now knowledge for the integer is required here. Minus 10 plus 10 will give you 0. Any number raised to the power 0 is always equal to 1, and that is equal to right hand side. Don't give the answer, that is equal to right hand side. So hence verified. So like this you have to check. So I'm going to solve its b part also, a little bit typical for you in the starting, but you need to do the practice for this to make it very simple for you. So 342 upon 343 upon 125 will be multiplied by this, divided by this number, multiply by 423 is equal to 423. Now we need to check here. This is, sorry, this is 42.3. So let's go with the complex part, that is left hand side of the given question. So 7 upon 5, that are the prime numbers, we cannot simplify. Divide by 343, this can be written as 7. 7 into 7 into 7 mean to say 7 raised to the power 3. So one step we can do like this, 423, right? Then in next step, 7 raised upon 5 raised to the power 3 divided by 7 upon 5 raised to the power 3, multiply by 423. Clear? And will be equal to what? Now you can see here the bases are same, 7 upon 5, 7 upon 5. Bases are same, they are in division, power will be subtracted. 3 minus 3 will give you what? Power 0. And you know that in the previous question also, any number raised to the power 0 is always equal to 1. And multiply by, oh, sorry, we need to write down this 423 also. So 423 into 1 will give you how much? 423. So in the given question, it is given to you 42.3. Okay, and we are getting as 423 as our answer. So this is the correction only, right? So right hand side should be equal to 423. That is the correction, and the statement is false. Clear? So that is all about your question number 6. Now in question number 7, they are asking for the value of x upon y if 3 upon 5 whole raised to the power minus 5 into 50 upon 51 whole raised to the power minus 5 is equal to x upon y whole raised to the power minus 5 is there, right? So we need to find out the value of x upon y from here. Now how you can do this? Always in this type of question, you have to make the bases of both hand side equal to each other. Okay, but here we are not aware about what are the base on the right hand side. It means what is the other option with us, that is to make their powers same. Okay, if the powers will be same, then definitely their bases will be same only. Okay, so let us reduce in the simple form. 3 upon 5 whole raised to the power minus 5 into 50. How you can write down 50? Here the only factorization which is possible here for 50. So we have to make the factors of 50 upon 51 in such a way so that it should be matching at least with the 3 upon 5. Okay, so look how you can do this. So this can be written as 5 into 10. Can you write or not? 5 tens are 50. And how you can write down this 51? 3 into 17, and whole raised to the power minus 5 is equal to x upon y whole raised to the power minus 5, right? So how we have written this step? Only we have split the 50 and 51 into its factor. Otherwise you can also write down this 2 into 5, but no need to write down now. Okay, so let us see how much we can withdraw from it. Minus 5 into, so I told you in the on the last page here, you can see here. So this can be written as separately also like this, a raised to the power m upon b raised to the power m. So this can be written as this, or this can be also written like this also. Okay, so come to here. So 5 raised to the power separately minus 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 5, 3 raised to the power minus 5, and this is 17 raised to the power minus 5. This is equal to x upon y whole raised to the power minus 5. And then come to here, 3 raised to the power minus 5, 5 raised to the power minus 5 into 5 raised to the power minus 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 5, here 3 raised to the power minus 5, 17 raised to the power minus 5, here no change. Right hand side will be written like this only. Okay, only the change is there in the left hand side. So first of all, 50 will be written as 5 into 10, 51 will be written as 3 into 17, right? And in the next step you will put the powers in with the every base. Okay, you will distribute the power. आप सबकी पावर बेटा अलग अलग कर दोगे. 5 raised to the power minus 5, 10 raised to the power minus 5, 3 raised to the power minus 5, 10, 17 raised to the power minus 5. Okay, and same thing we have done here also. 3 raised to the power minus 5, 5 raised to the power minus 5, separately we have written. Now this will make your work easy. How? This will be cancelled out by this same terms, and these are also the same terms will be cancelled out. So now what is left here? That is your answer. Okay, so on the next page we can do. So here we are left with 10 upon 17 power minus 5 minus 5 x upon y whole raised to the power minus 5. In the next step what we can do, we can take the power as a common. So x upon y whole raised to the power minus 5. So comparing on both hand side, here we are using one language, that is comparing both sides. We get what? So if the bases are same, power should be same. And now this time you are having same powers, value is equal, it means bases should be same. So you keep in your mind these two rules. Okay, and this will give you your final answer. So x upon y will be equal to 10 upon 17. That is your final answer. Okay, I hope you have understood this. And the B part, let us try for the B part also. So that will make your work simple. Find the value of x if minus 6 raised to the power 3x divided by minus 6 raised to the power, it is minus 20, is equal to minus 6 raised to the power, that is 41. Now let us apply the simple rules of the exponents. Minus 6 bases are same, they are in division, it means power will be divided, power will be subtracted. So 3x first power minus what is the second power, that is also minus 20. So you can see here bases are same, they are in division, power will be subtracted. So for subtraction you have put here negative sign. First power is 3x, second power is minus 20, along with the sign beta you have to take. Okay, sometimes students are leaving this negative sign and because of that they are getting the wrong answer. So kindly bring this negative sign also in the bracket. So in the next step, minus minus will be equal to plus. Minus 6 whole raised to the power 3x plus 20, and that is equal to minus 6 raised to the power 41. Okay, and whatever the rule I told you in the previous part, now see here bases are same. In the last question you can see here powers were same. What we said, it means if the value is same, then power bases should also be same. Now in this part bases are same, value is equal, it means power should be same. So 3x plus 20 should be equal to 41. Comparing on both side you can write down here. So 3x will be equal to what? 41 minus this plus 20 will shift on the other hand side, will become minus 20. 41 minus 20 will give you minus, that is positive 21, and finally x will be equal to 21 upon 3 will give you 7 as the your final answer. Clear? So you need to repeat this question 2-3 times so that you can learn it properly. Okay, then question number 8 is there. Following are the formulas used to determine the volume and the surface area of the sphere. So you are given with the two formulas, so let us discuss here only. Maybe you have to do yourself. Volume is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of sphere. Sphere, you know, that is a solid surface just like a rubber ball. ठीक है ना? One is their plastic ball which is empty from inside. Second one is the rubber ball which is filled with the material, rubber material from the inside. That is solid, that is called as solid. That is called as the sphere. Okay, this is equal to 4 pi r square. Answer the following questions based on the formula written above. What will be the effect of volume and the surface area of the sphere if the radius becomes 4 times? So what do you need to do? If the radius become 4 times, if r is equal to 4r, so what will be the impact on volume and surface area? So let me solve here like this. 4 upon 3 pi. Now r is how much this time? This time for radius is 4 times. So you need to multiply 4 into 3. Not 4 into 3, sorry. 4 will be multiplied 3 times. So how much you will get here? 64. I am writing like this. 4 upon 3 as it is. Pi will be written as it is. R raised to the power 3 will be written as it is. Clear? Now you can see this is the old volume. 4 upon 3 pi r cube, and this has been getting multiplied here by 64. In which condition it is getting multiplied by 64? If you are increasing the radius to the 4 times, right? So it will become 64 times if you will make the radius 4 times. Okay, so what will be 64 times? Volume will be 64 times. So same as you have to do for the surface area. Surface area is equal to what? 4 pi 4 r square. So how much you will get here? 4 raised to the power 2, that is 16, into 4 pi r square as it is. So this is your old surface area, you can see here, and will be multiplied by 16. It means the surface area will get 16 times if you make the radius 4 times, right? So this is how to do the A part. Then in the B part, they are asking find the ratio of the new volume to the original volume and the ratio of the new surface area to the original surface area. Okay, so let us denote it with V2, the second volume, and let us denote it by S2, the final surface area. Okay, now they are asking for the ratio. Ratio means they are asking for new volume to old volume. They are asking for the ratio of new to previous surface. So what is the new volume? That is 64 into 4 upon 3 pi r cube. And what is the previous volume? That is already 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So this term is being same, will be cancel out, and this will be V2 upon V1. So same type of calculation you have to show this side. So what is the S2? S2 we are getting here 16 into 4 pi r square will be divided by S1, that is already 4 pi r square. Being the same term will be cancel out. You will get here 16 upon 1. So what do you mean by ratio? Here ratio means upon, and upon means also ratio. So V2 ratio V1 will be equal to 64 ratio 1, and this will be S2 ratio S1 will give you 16 ratio 1. Clear? So this is all about your processing number 1. So now you can go through the whole exercise or the processing number 1 and try to solve it in your notebooks. Okay, one time you just go through the solutions, take the screenshot so that you can easily solve in your notebooks. Okay, this is the very first page of the processing of this chapter. Take the screenshot for this. Second page showing you the rules and the starting of the processing number 1, that is question number 1. Take up the screenshot, and here comes for the third page. Then after that, fourth page, take up the screenshot. Then fifth page, then come to the last sixth page. That is a small part, and I hope you have understood all the questions. Okay, go through the video one or two times. If people are having still any doubt, then you may contact me anytime, right? Thanks for watching the video, and see you next time with the processing number 2. Till then, goodbye. Take care of yourself.